Hi, it's Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style, coming to answer your colour and style questions. I'm a natural enthusiast, so that I tend to be all over the place. I need to hone my wardrobe down. Any tips on how to do this? So I want to talk about the 6 human needs just briefly. I'm going to mention them. We have 2 needs. One is for certainty and one is for variety or uncertainty. Then we also have significance, growth, connection and love and contribution. But here, really, what we're focusing on is the certainty and uncertainty. So our brains like certainty and they also like variety. So if you're a natural enthusiast, your brain, the part of your brain, and there is actually a little structure quite close to the amygdala, and I can't remember what it's called, but it loves variety. It seeks out newness and excitement and all those sorts of things. We also have dopamine, which is one of the chemicals that's in our brain, and dopamine also loves that variety and newness and excitement. And this is actually what social media plays on and likes. It's the little hits of dopamine we get when something new and exciting happens, when there's a new update, there's a new email, there's new something comes through, that we get this little dopamine hit. And that's how all the games work and all those sorts of things that keep us addicted. So in some ways, your brain you're a bit addicted to dopamine hits, which is partly where this newness and variety and stuff comes in. Now, what's really interesting with this certainty versus uncertainty of these human needs is generally in times where things are unstable, we actually crave certainty. We want to know exactly what's going to happen. It makes us feel very uncomfortable. And I certainly know at the moment in the kind of what's happening in the COVID world is that people are craving certainty. And this is why too, I think we've had an awful lot of fashion, which this year I actually think is one of the most boring fashion years I've ever seen. But I think it's because people have been craving certainty. So they're not going outside of their comfort zones to buy clothes that are more different. What is interesting though is I'm seeing as people are coming out of their kind of long COVID lockdowns and getting into a slightly more normal, the new normal life, they're craving newness and something different. And so that because we're getting that certainty back, suddenly variety. I've been, locked down for too long. I've been doing the same thing day in, day out. Suddenly I'm craving variety and something different in my life. And this can stem to your wardrobe as well. So if you tend to naturally like uncertainty, then knowing that your brain and dopamine hits is something that it's craving, it's searching for all the time. So what can happen then is you can end up just buying lots of different things that end up in your wardrobe, and you end up with this wardrobe full of orphans and nothing really works together. So how do you stop doing this? So there's a couple of things. Knowing the colours that suit you, because then that just cuts out a whole lot of stuff that is never going to work for you. It's never going to look great. So that can just having your own kind of set of personalized style guidelines is really helpful, because it's a filter through which you can run your decisions past. So when you are in a store and you're getting this, I want to have this dopamine hit, and you're likely to go and buy something, new and different, actually just running it by this little filter where you've gone, does it suit my colors? Does it suit my shape? Does it suit my style? Does it work with my style recipe? Just having these little things, these filters to run through is really going to help you make better decisions and actually not just get caught up in the moment to just buying whatever is the new and exciting thing. So having those style filters, that is really useful. And that's what my 7 Steps to Style program does. It helps you create that set of filters for you and your wardrobe. So then once we've got these sorts of things, it's also being aware, well, how do I get, if I have a craving and a need for variety and interest, how do I get that in my life without buying new and different and all those sorts of things all the time? And this is where setting yourself, say, some sort of style challenge can be really great. Taking part in style challenges, challenging yourself to do something different, creating new outfits every day. So rather than wearing the same old things together, go, what can I put together today that's different from what I put together yesterday and the day before and the day before, so that makes me feel like I have more variety and newness without actually having to purchase something new and bring it into your wardrobe. And when you are purchasing, because you're running those items past that set of filters that you've created and thinking, well, what, 3 items will work with this item that I am wanting to bring in? And if it's not going to work with anything, if you can't think of anything that it's going to go together with, at least ideally 3 to 5 things that it's going to go with, then I'd say, put it down and do what Jill Chivers calls the power pause, where it's you put it down and you go away for 2 hours minimum, because what that does is it allows that kind of, the brain chemicals to settle down and to go, well, did I really want it because I loved it so much? It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and it's, so part of my style recipe, and it's such a great expression of me, or did I want it just because it's new and different? And because what will happen is if you go away from it, once those brain chemicals have settled, you'll know that sometimes it's like, well, the craving for it has just completely disappeared. And so therefore didn't really want it anyway, versus other times you can see something and you just keep coming back and going, no, I really, really, really like that thing. I really, really, really want that. And that means you can go back and get it. So understanding kind of in a way how your brain wiring works, how your neurology works, can really help you when you are in this moment that, that the chemicals are going around your body and they're telling you to do things. And if you have that natural inclination to buy new, buy different, but not actually figure out before you buy if it's going to work for you, then this is a good strategy to take. So hopefully that helps you think about your wardrobe in a slightly different way, and also just understand a little bit more about, how your brain is working in the background, how it's subconscious programming that's going on. Well, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.